भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा। भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता
संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
भारतीय संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा। ज्ञान और विज्ञान यहीं से सबने पाया सारा, सबने पाया सारा। कुछ भूलों से हारा फिर से जीते देश हमारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
शील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागशील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी। वैज्ञानिकता विनय सभ्यता स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी, स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी। देशभक्ति में तेजस्वी हो फिर समाज यह सारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
बुद्ध गगन के तारे।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
महावीर गोविंद शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे। परंपरा की पुण्य चेतना उर में हम सब धारे, उर में हम सब धारे। बाल हृदय में उसे जगाकर जगे देश यह सारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
समर्थ बनाओ।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागो सारी दुर्बलता को राष्ट्र समर्थ बनाओ। बंधु भाव समता ममता से सबको गले लगाओ, सबको गले लगाओ। चलो विवेकानंद मार्ग पर, शुभ संदेश हमारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा। भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता
मैं नहीं मेरा नहीं यह तन किसी का है दिया।
मैं नहीं मेरा नहीं यह तन किसी का है दिया।
अपने पास है वह धन किसी का है दिया।
जो अपने पास है वह धन किसी का है दिया।
मैं नहीं मेरा नहीं यह तन किसी का है दिया।
मैं नहीं मेरा नहीं यह धन किसी का है दिया।
देने वाले ने दिया वह भी दिया किस शान से।
देने वाले ने दिया वह भी दिया किस शान से।
देने वाले ने दिया वह भी दिया किस शान से।
देने वाले ने दिया वह भी दिया किस शान से।
मेरा है यह लेने वाला कह उठा अभिमान से।
चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी बरनउ रघुबर विमल जसु जोदायकु फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीसति लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर है सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज संहारो आपे तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा है, पर सिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्त न धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय।
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज, निज मनु मुकुर सुधारि। बरनउ रघुबर बिमल जसु, जो दायक फल चारि। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके, सुमिरऊ पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि, हरहु
चरण सरोज रज, निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारि। बरनउ रघुबर बिमल जसु, जो दायकु फल चारि। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके, सुमिरौ पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि, हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीसतिहु लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे, कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज संवारे। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई। सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे, अस कही श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाँ ते कवि को विद कही सके कहाँ ते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माही जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज संभारो आपे तीनों लोक हाँकते कांपे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा है पर सिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय।
सच्चिदानन्दं वासुदेवं व्रजप्रियं धर्मसंस्थापकं वीरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा। भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा। गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा। भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा। गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ जय गीता माँ। जय भारत माँ जय गीता माँ।
Shri Krishna and a very warm welcome to all gathered here this evening in the Zoom arena for the second Vivechan session of chapter 17. I start with my reverential bow on the lotus feet of Purushottam, Bhagavan Shri Krishna and Param Pujya Swami Govindev Giriji Maharaj. May we always be fortunate to receive their guidance and blessings in our lives. Chapter 17 of Bhagavad Gita, known as Shraddhatraya Vibhaga Yoga, has a very important significance in our lives and our spiritual journey, as it provides us with invaluable practical knowledge on how we can significantly improve the quality of our lives and live Gita, as Guruji says. In this chapter, Bhagwan gives a detailed view on how faith is impacted by food, sacrifice, charity, and austerity. In the last week's session, we learned how the food we choose to eat reflects our temperament. Today, we will look into the other aspects, which is yajna, sacrifice, tapa, austerity, and dana, which is charity. We all know that prayers are a natural mode through which our soul communicates its reverence and its devotion and its yearning to the Paramatma. It is also our age-old tradition to invoke the Supreme God through prayers at the beginning of any important event. Today, I humbly request Sandeep Bhattji from Sirsi, Karnataka to lead us in our prayers. Sandeep ji is a second-year degree student having joined Gita Pariwar in September 2024, and he currently provides seva as a technical assistant. Sandeep ji, request you to please lead us in our prayers today. Bhaiya, you need to unmute yourself.
वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीकृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं जय श्री कृष्ण.
Thank you so much, Sandeep ji, for rendering the prayer so beautifully. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan has said that he is the source of light in all luminaries and is entirely beyond the darkness of ignorance. Gita ji is the medium Bhagavan has used to illumine our lives with that light. For doing the deep Prajwalan today, I would like to call upon Deepika Mandhania ji from Makrana, Rajasthan. Deepika ji joined Gita Pariwar in November 2022 and currently gives seva as a group coordinator. Deepika ji, may I request you to please light the lamp on our behalf.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृतां कलहंसकृतावासां वरदां शारदां नुमः वरदां शारदां नुमः.
Thank you so much, Deepika ji, for taking us into your beautiful mandir and making us part of such a heartfelt Deep Prajwalan. It is a great delight to inform you that the Learngeeta program of Gita Pariwar has now completed 5 glorious years. We will celebrate this milestone through a series of offline and online events between tomorrow, that is the 22nd of June, and the 3rd of August, 2025. We all can become part of these events right from our homes and locations. Details of the event are already being announced in your respective groups. Do keep an eye for them and let us all join to commemorate this event with great enthusiasm and joy. You too can also give your selfless seva at the feet of Bhagwan through Gita Parivar's Aao Gita Sevi Bane program, where we have thousands of sevis giving seva in this Mahayagya in various ways. You can get more details on how you can become a sevi in the Hindi session scheduled at 8:30 p.m. next Saturday, which is the 28th of June, and in English session, which is scheduled at the same time next Sunday, which is the 29th of June. Links to the sessions will be available on your WhatsApp groups. And now it is my honor to introduce our beloved young and dynamic speaker for this evening, Advaita Acharya Gita Vrati Gita Pravina, respected Kavita Ji Verma. A disciple of Param Pujya Swamiji, she joined Gita Parivar at a very young age. Kavita ji has earned the coveted degree of Advaita Vedanta Acharya from Chinmay Vishwa Vidyapeeth, Kochi, and currently is pursuing her PhD from Lucknow University. Besides her own personal sadhana, where she has memorized all the 700 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, Kavita ji is deeply committed to seva. She exemplifies leadership qualities, where she is currently one of the program coordinators for the Learngeeta program, responsible for the batch coordination and the group coordination team. Besides leading the Vivechan team, she is a Vivechak par excellence, giving her discourse in simple words with relevant examples and practical approaches for us. Didi is also responsible for anchoring the publication of the hugely popular Gita Maitri Patrika. In her personal space, Kavita Didi is an accomplished poet. I now humbly request Kavita ji to illuminate our minds with the wonderful teachings of Bhagavad Gita. Didi?
जय श्री कृष्ण सदा शिव समारंभां व्यास शंकर मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरु परम्पराम् ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भगवद्गीते Jai Shri Krishna. Once again, welcome to the 17th chapter, second part Viveshan. Today we will see. So last time we have discussed about the 3 types of food. So 17th chapter, Shraddha Traya Vibhag Yog. When we are talking about the 17th chapter, this is like a mirror of a person. So if we want to evaluate ourselves, where we are, in Gita Parivar, Swamiji has given us this statement, the mission statement, Gita Padhe, Padhaye, Jeevan Vilaye. Read Gita, teach Gita, and live Gita. Now when it comes to the live Gita, how do we know how much Gita we have already in our life? How much we are following? To know this thing, we have 17th chapter. Bhagwan is giving different parameters. We have 2 ways of seeing these sattvic, rajasic, tamasic, yajna, dan, tapa, kriya. All these activities we can see with 2 ways. One, to evaluate ourselves. If we are liking the sattvic food which is described in the chapter, that means we are sattvic. If the yajna described that is yajna, that is tamasic or rajasic, and we are doing that means we are tamasic or rajasic at that time. So we can evaluate ourselves. Also, we can see in another way that if we want to bring satvikta in our life, if we want to bring rajogud or tamogud in our life, then we have to follow those things. So if we are eating sattvic food, then slowly we will become sattvic. But if we are eating rajasic or tamasic food, that definitely we are going to become rajasic and tamasic. So the 17th chapter is very much practical. When we talk about the practical of Bhagavad Gita, what is the practical of Bhagavad Gita? How can we start applying Bhagavad Gita? So we can say the 17th chapter can be the starting point of applying Bhagavad Gita in our life. Because even 12th chapter is very easy, but it is easy to understand and it is short. But 17th chapter is again very easy, but the last part is little tough. But still the first part, the middle part is very much practical. So whenever we have this question like from where we can start applying Bhagavad Gita in our life, that can be the 17th chapter, because it starts with the food. It starts with the daily life, whatever we are speaking, whatever we are doing, the dan, yajna, all the things are described here. And not dan, yajna, tapa, all these are the upalakshan. Upalakshan means we are taking the one thing from the group and we are describing that thing, and that thing is representative of entire group. So if we want to study about the some tree, then we are not doing a study of every tree. We are taking some representative tree, and that sample we are studying, and then based on that sample we are deciding for others also. Similarly, the yajna, dan, tapa, these are one or two examples Bhagwan is giving from our daily life, but we have to apply the same formula to everywhere. So in our life, whenever we are speaking, we are doing everything. Pashyan, Shranvan, Sprishan, Jigran, Ashnan, Gachan, Sopan, Shwasan. Whatever kriya we are doing, we should apply these sutras, Satvik, Rajasic, and Tamasic. We should try to find out what is Rajasic, what is Tamasic, what is Satvik, and slowly we will understand what are these things. Because after 17th chapter we have 14th chapter also in Bhagavad Gita, and 14th chapter is the complete mechanism of these three gunas, Satvik, Rajasic, Tamasic. The name of 14th chapter itself is Gunatraya Vibhagyo. So there Bhagwan will describe everything with the subtle detail of Satvik, Rajasic, Tamasic, with all the things. So today we will start with the 11th shloka. Aphala kankshibhir yagyo vidhidrishto ya ijjate yashtavyameveti manas samadhaya sasatvikaha. First he speaks about the satvik yagya. So last time he had in previous shlokas Bhagwan has told about the food, satvik and rajasic and tamasic food. Now he will tell about the yajna, satvik, rajasic, and tamasic yajna. So Bhagwan has already told about the different types of yajna in Bhagavad Gita. We have Panch Maha Yajna, so Bhut Yajna, Pitra Yajna, Dev Yajna. So these are the Panch Maha Yajna. We all are familiar with those yajna. So like if some guest is coming, then we have Atithi Yajna, or so Atithi Yajna is also there. How we can treat our guest, how we should treat our guest. So that those things are covered in Atithi Yajna. And the Bhut Yajna, the Brahm, we are studying, we are doing Swadhyaya, that is Brahma Yajna, Bhut Yajna, and all these 5 Mahayajna. Then we have 12 types of Yajna described in 4th chapter. Dravya Yajna, Tapo Yajna, Jnana Yajna, Tathapare, Swadhyaya, Jnana Yajna, Yataya Samshitavrataha, all those Yajnas are described in 4th chapter. We will see all these types of Yajna in next levels. So Bhagwan here what he is giving the basic concept of yajna. Basic yajna, how we should perform. So the basic yajna word, if ever the word comes yajna, we have in our mind we have this, that there is a fire samidha, and we are putting something into the fire, that home or the havan is coming in our mind. So Bhagwan is talking about that havan only. So whatever puja rituals we are doing at our home with Pandit ji, with all the things, with all the formalities, then that is called yajna here. So Bhagwan is telling aphala kankshi bhir yajyo, so yajna. And the other yajnas can also be covered here with the yajna word. But basically Bhagwan is giving what kind of yajna we should perform. Or if you are performing yajna like this, then you are sattvic or rajasic or tamasic. So Bhagwan is giving the characteristic or some main points of yajna, how we should perform. So what he is telling about the sattvic yajna, aphala kankshibhir yajno vidhidrishto ya ijyate aphala kankshibhir. You have no akanksha, no expectation of phala, result. So you are performing some yajna, but you don't want anything in return. We know different types of yajna described in Mahabharata also, in Ramayana also. So in Mahabharata we have Drupad, the father of Draupadi is Drupad. He performed one yajna. He performed yajna to get a son who can kill Dronacharya. Now he performed this kind of yajna. He got the rishi, and with him Guruji, he just performed this yajna, and he got the son also, Drishtadyumna, and later in Mahabharata we know the story, Drishtadyumna killed Dronacharya. So that yajna is tamasic yajna, because he has some akanksha of phala. Phala akanksha is there. He wants something in return. But here Bhagwan is saying, aphala akankshi bhir yajna. You are doing yajna because this is your duty. In 18th chapter, Bhagwan told yajna dan tapah karma. Yajna dan tapah karma na tyajyam karyam evatar. So yajna, dan and tap, these three karmas, we should never renounce. We can never do the tyag of these three karma. Because as a householder also, we have to fulfill all the needs of all other people. So we have 4 ashramas. Householders are there. Before that, brahmacharya. So the students who are studying, they cannot earn money. Then the householders only who earn money. Then we have vanprastha. Vanprastha, the people go to the jungle, or they are doing their tapas or doing dharma. They are not doing earth, but they are only committed to the dharma. And then we have sannyas ashram, the 4th ashram. Person enters in the sannyas ashram. So there they are only trying to get the moksha. So dharma, artha, kam, moksha. Similarly, brahmacharya we have. Then grahastha and vanprastha and sannyas. Now only the grahastha ashram, the householders can fulfill the need of all other ashrami. The people who are living in other ashramas, the only need who can fulfill the need is householder. So now as a householder, we can never renounce these 3 types of karma: yajna, dan and tap. If some brahmachari is coming to your house, then you must have to give, you should give a dan to the brahmachari. And yajna dan, similarly yajna and tap. So tapas also, we have different types of tapas. We will see in detail. So these things we have to perform. Yashtavyami vidhidrishto ya ijyate, and vidhidrishto. How it is described in the vidhi. What is vidhi? So description provided by the Vedas or provided by the scriptures is called vidhi. Now if whatever described the yajna, we have different types of yajna described in the scriptures. Now if some yajna is described to do like this, but we are not performing with the vidhi, we are following with our comfort, then the yajna will not be considered as sattvic yajna. If we want to do sattvic yajna, if we want to perform sattvic yajna, we have to take care that we are following all the vidhi ordinance of the shastras. Yashtavyameveti manah. And while performing the yajna, we should have this feeling that this is my responsibility, this is my kartavya, this is my duty. I'm not doing this thing for someone else, but I'm doing for myself. So whatever things are happening with us, we are only the responsible for that. In Gita Pariwar also, if you see, there are many sevis. We have 12,000 plus sevis who are working daily, and they are not getting anything in return. Even nobody appreciates them, nobody admires them, but still they are doing. Why they are doing? Because they think that this is my duty. Why this is their duty? Why it is not the duty of other people? Because they have taken this responsibility as a sadhana. And sadhana is, whenever we are talking about the sadhana, we are doing for ourselves. Sadhana cannot be done for anyone else. If we are doing sadhana, that means we are doing for ourselves. So if this though, so they also have this thing in their mind, that this work is mine and I am doing for myself. I'm not doing for Gita Parivar. I'm not doing for Swamiji. I'm not doing for anyone. This is just done by me, for me, not for anyone else. So that is the feeling we should have whenever we are performing yajna. Yashtavyameveti manas samadhaya sa satvikah. And this kind of yajna is called satvik yajna. Then we have abhisandhaya tu phalam dambharthamapi chaiva yat ijyate bharata shrestha tam yagyam vidhi rajasam. Abhisandhaya tu phalam. When we have the result in our mind and then we start performing some yajna, that is your rajasic yajna. So tamasic was aphalakankshi yajna, and abhisandhaya tu phalam is called rajasic yajna. Whenever there is attachment with the result, with the consequence, then it becomes the rajasic. Dambhartham api chaivaya. Dambh. What is dambh? So dambh is hypocrisy. We are not in reality, but we are showing that we are like this. So dharmat bhajitvam dambhatvam, in 16th chapter, Shankaracharya explained. That means we are taking the dhwaja of dharma. We are taking the dhwaja in our hand. We are speaking very sweet words, but inside there are so many dvesh, hatred feeling for others. We are having so many evil feelings inside us, but externally we are showing that we are very dharmic, we are very good person. So that is called dambh. So if we are performing some yajna to showcase in front of public, to just show the public that I am doing yajna, I am very dharmic person, and if we are doing with this view, that is your rajasic yajna. And whenever you are performing rajasic yajna, you will get the fruit, you will get the result, because you are doing something for something else. You will get the fruit, the result you will get, but the main thing which you will not get is called purification of mind. So the yajna, dan and tap, when Bhagavad Gita says, when Bhagwan Shri Krishna says that you should perform yajna, dan, tap, he is saying before to get the purification of mind. But if we are not getting that purification of mind because you are just performing some worldly pleasure, then it will not work. You will get the worldly pleasure in return, but that is momentary, and after some time it will destroy, and again you will come to that stage only. So yajna, so abhisandhaya tu phalam dambhartham api chaiva yat ijyate bharata shrestha tam yagyam vidhi rajasam. So this kind of yajna, whenever it is performed, is called rajasic yajna. Vidhihinam asrishtannam mantrahinam adakshinam shraddha virahitam yajnam tamasam parichakshate. Vidhihinam asrishtannam. We have seen in first shloka vidhi drishto yajyate, with the ordinance of Shastra. So just opposite to the sattvic one, this is the tamasic yajna. When we are not seeing the vidhi hinam, we are not seeing the ordinance of the Shastras. Whatever comes in our mind, we are starting and we are doing the karma. So vidhi hinam asishtannam mantra hinam adakshinam, and even not proper, all the mantras are not properly recited by the Purohit also. So sometimes the Purohit come to our yajna and they perform some yajna, and at the end what we do, we start fighting with them for the money, for the things. So Bhagavan is saying mantrahinam adakshinam. We are not giving proper dakshina to the Purohit. So that is also wrong. If we are not doing proper, so whatever we have fixed before, we stick to that point, that if I have promised that I will give this much money, this much amount to you, then we should be stick to that point. But sometimes we do not do that. So that is your tamasic yajna. Adakshinam without dakshina or less dakshina. So whatever Purohit wanted, we are doing less dakshina. So that is also adakshinam. Mantrahinam adakshinam. Shraddha virahitam yajnam. Shraddha virahitam. And we don't have faith. We are just doing because our mother is saying, or this is our tradition, this is the parampara, it's coming, so we are just performing. We don't have any faith in the yajna, then also this yajna will not work. So Shraddha virahitam yajnam tamasam parichakshate, and this will be called as tamasic yajna. Then now Bhagwan will tell about the three types of tapa. Now he will tell indirectly, he is going to tell about the 9 types of tapa. So 3 types of tapa at the level of sharir, body, at the level of speech, at the level of mind. He will tell about the 3 types of tapas, and also at the level of sharir, the body, you have 3 types of yajna, the tapa. Sattvic, Rajasic, and Tamasic. Then for mind also you have Sattvic Manastapa, Rajasic Manastapa, and Tamasic Manastapa. And then you have Manastapa, and then you have Sharir and mind. Sharir, mind, and Vani, Vak, speech. So at the level of speech also you will have 3 categories: Sattvic speech, Rajasic speech, and Tamasic speech. So first we will start with the Sharirik Tapa. Whatever tapas we can do with our body, at the level of body we should do. So Deva Dvijaguru Pragya Pujanam Shauchamarjavam Brahmacharya Mahimsa Cha Shariran Tapa Uchyate. Deva Dvijaguru Pragya. Here he is using word Dev. Dev, all the deities, Indra, Varun, all these Agni, Surya, all these deities are the Dev. And then Dvija. Dvija is Brahman. Here Dvija word is used for the Brahman. Why it is called Dvija? Because they have 2 births. It is considered that they have 2 times. They born 2 times. Once they are getting birth from the mother, and another when they have Upanayan Sanskar. It is called that this is the rebirth of the person when they have Upanayan Sanskar, and that is very important. So in Shodash Sanskar we have Upanayan Sanskar also. So at the time of Upanayan Sanskar they are taking rebirth. So that's why they are 2 times they are Jayate. So that means 2 times they are getting birth. So they are called Dvija. Deva Dvija. So to the Brahman also we should worship, or we should do the pujanam. Deva Dvija Guru Pragya and Guru. So whatever teachers we have, so we should always worship our Guru and Pragya. Now Pragya is the intelligent people, the scholar people around us. Now Brahman and Pragya, these 2 are different categories. Sometimes we think that only the Brahmins can be Pragya, but Shudra and other people like Vaishya or Kshatriya, they cannot be Pragya, but this is not the thing. So here Bhagwan Shri Krishna is clearly telling Brahman is another category, and Pragya can be anyone. Pragya can like Vidur also. Vidur, he was also Pragya, he was Shudra, and then Sanjaya, he was also Pragya, he was also not Brahman. So Pragya or intelligent or the scholar thing can be attained by anyone. It is not necessary that you should be Brahman to get all the knowledge of the higher things. So you can get the knowledge, you can be the Pragya even if you are not the Brahman. So Deva Dvija Guru Pragya. So all these Dev, Dvij, Guru, Pragya, we should worship all these 4 categories. And then Shauchama, this is the tapa at the level of body, because whenever we are worshipping we are using our body. And Shaucham Arjavam. Shaucham means the purity, the internal purity and the external purity. External, so sometimes people think we are doing all the worships or all the things, Bhagwan is accepting our bhav. So if you have good feeling, then Bhagwan will accept your whatever anushthan you are doing. So what is the need of external purity? Without snan also you can go to the temple and you can do the puja. People can think, but in the beginning it is necessary. The time, till the time you need, your body needs food, till the time your body needs water, till the time your body needs air, wind, that time, till that time you have to follow all these rules. Your body needs everything, so these rules are also required for your body. So we should not think that the external purity is not at all important. It is very important in the beginning. So as a seeker, as a sadhak, the external purity is very much important. And from the Vedic time only, if you read Mahabharata, if you read Ramayana, you see the stories. So every time they mention after Snanam, they went there. So in the river of Ganga, they took bath, and all these things are mentioned every time. So whenever there is any anushthan, any puja, any ritual, they take care of the external purity. So we should also always be vigilant to maintain the external purity, and also the internal purity. Sometimes people are only concentrated on external purity, but internally, if you are doing snanam, you are doing rituals, you are doing anushtanam, but inside your mind there are different things happening. There are running so many thoughts about your neighbors, about your relatives, about your friends, and you are thinking so many things about them, and you are doing puja, you are reading Bhagavad Gita, you are chanting Panchadashodhyaya Urdhva Moolam Adhashtakam, and inside your mind there is something else. Then this ritual, this type of anusthana will not work. So internal purity is very much important. But see, the internal purity is not easy. We want not to think about all these things, but still the things are coming in our mind automatically. We cannot even control for a second our mind. It is very much tough to control our mind. Even Arjuna is also accepting in 6th chapter. He says it is vayo rivasa dushkaram. Controlling mind is like a controlling wind. I cannot control wind, so I cannot control my mind. So it is very tough to control these thoughts, to control our mind, to control our sense organs. But Bhagwan, later in the 6th chapter only, he gives the answer, Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena chakrayate. You cannot control, I understand. But with the practice and with the vairagya, slowly you get the detachment. Asanga shastrena dridhena chitva. In 4th shloka of 15th chapter also Bhagwan is mentioning Asanga. Asanga means the vairagya only. So with the vairagya and with the practice, so vairagya is very important. What is vairagya? So vairagya will also not come easily. It is also very tough. If you like something very much, if you like some sweet, how can you start getting vairagya from that? So it will come only with the practice. So abhyas, first he mentions abhyasena and then he says vairagyena. So first you should try to do practice. He is telling to us that we should try to do the practice, and then we should get slowly the vairagya, and then only we can get free from all these mundane things. So deva dvijaguru pragya pujanam shaucham arjavam, and brahmacharya. Arjavam means the dijita, the saralta. We are internally, whatever we are thinking, we are as it is externally. Some people, they say something else and they do something else and they think something else. So you cannot define what their actions, or you cannot define their mental position with their actions. Some people, if they are doing something, you understand because they are doing whatever it is in their mind. But some people, they have different mind and different action. So this is not right according to the Bhagavad Gita. People think this is the smartness. We are very clever, so we can do that. But this is not the smartness. Even if it is the smartness, also it is not good as a sadhak, as a seeker. It is not good. Saralta is very much important. It is required. We know the story of Jar Bharat. So he got the knowledge of supreme element. He knows everything, but still he became jad. He became jad because he did not want to interact with the worldly things, sattvic, rajasic, tamasic. He was beyond to these three gunas. Now if he will again start interacting with the things, then he will again get into this. So he became jad bharat. Jad bharat, he was silent. Even people will say so many wrong things to him, he will not respond. He will not respond anything. So that stage he got. But we are not getting that stage, but still we should try to be busy in our life. We should not try to get indulged with all the things around us. We should only get indulged with the things which are useful to us, which are useful in our sadhana, which are useful in the success of our physical life. That's why the busy life is very good life, it is called. So deva shaucham arjavam, and then brahmacharyam ahimsa cha, brahmacharyam and ahimsa. Brahmacharya doesn't mean brahmacharya, this brahmani charati iti brahmacharyam. So who is thinking about the supreme element always, that is the brahmacharya. So if we are doing the palan of brahmacharya, that means we should always think about the sadhana, we should always think about the sattvic things. But brahmacharya at the same time doesn't mean that suppress your indriya. We should not suppress. Abhyas we should do, practice we should do. But some people like now it is Ekadashi maybe. So if it is Ekadashi, I will not take water, I will not do anything. But if you are beginner and this is your body is not ready for that, then you cannot suppress your body, you cannot suppress your indriya. You should slowly try, one by one. In some months, maybe you can reach to that stage, but not today. So it is not easy, or it is not required to do all the sadhana in one day. We should try to do slowly, one by one. So brahmacharya, ahimsa and ahimsa. Ahimsa also at the 3 stage, we should not even think about the wrong things about the people. So sometimes we are not doing himsa, we are not fighting physically, but we are fighting at the level of speech. And maybe we are not speaking anything, but still we are fighting in our mind. So people don't speak much, but they have so many things in their mind, and they are day and night they are just thinking about those things. If I could also say this, I could also say this. They have these arguments all running in their mind. They don't say, but still they have in their mind. So that in our mind also there should be no argument. There should be no evil things for the people. So brahmacharya, ahimsa cha, shariran tapa uchyate. These are the tapas at the level of body. And then speech. Anudvegakaram vakyam satyam priyahitam chayat swadhyayabhyasanam chaiva vangmayam tapa uchyate. Anudvegakaram vakyam. So the people should not get agitated by our speech. We have to make sure. Anudvegakaram vakyam. Satyam priyahitam chayat. And that should be truth. You speak truth, and that should be priya also. If you are speaking some truth which is not priya, if I don't like to listen the truth about me, there is some truth which I don't want to listen. But if you will say me, if you will tell me, then I will be angry. I will not think good for you. I will not have good feel for you. So there will be a fight again. So we should always speak truth which is lovable for the people. And then priya hitam, and that should be hitam also, kalyankari also. It should be beneficial to the person also. So you should also not speak lie to someone which is not beneficial. So we have to maintain these 3 points, that satya, we should speak truth, and this should also be the priya, and then it should also be hitakarak, the beneficial also. And then swadhyaya abhyasanam chaiva, and swadhyaya. Whenever we are reading Gita, we are trying to by heart Bhagavad Gita, that is also your swadhyaya. We are reading scriptures, that is swadhyaya. Even not only the by hearting, if we are understanding the thing, that is also your swadhyaya. Swadhyaya, abhyasanam and abhyasanam. So you are doing the things again and again. Abhyas, that is also your vangmaya tapa. Vangmayan tapa uchyate, the tapa at the level of speech. Then मनः प्रसादः सौम्यत्वं मौनमात्म विनिग्रहः भाव संशुद्धिरित्येतत् तपो मानसमुच्यते मनः प्रसादः. Very important point in Bhagavad Gita. We have this point manah prasadah. Swamiji says if someone is really reading Gita, teaching Gita and living Gita, that person would be always happy. So your happiness decide how much Gita you have in your life, you are following. If you are happy, most of the time you are happy, that means this much sadhana you have done. Because the problems and the difficulties everyone will face. Everyone will have equal difficulties, equally they will face the problems. But how much we can be happy in adverse situations also, that defines how much Gita we are living in our life. So if you start reading Bhagavad Gita slowly, we should try to be happy. Always happy, even the things are not according to us, but still we should try to be happy. Because once someone told me, you should assume that wherever you are, you should be there only, because God has decided that you are reading Gita, God has sent you here, or God has decided everything. So now if he is saying that you should be here reading Gita, then there would be no other question. So wherever we are on the right place, and we should always give our 100% there with 100% happiness. So happiness, manaf prasadaha, the happiness of mind is very important. People think that this is very small thing, why Bhagwan is writing as a manaf prasada, as a tap. But if you see the entire day, you get so many problems and your happiness will go away. So we have to try that our happiness should be always with us. It shouldn't go away anywhere. मनः प्रसादः सौम्यत्वं मौनमात्म विनिग्रहः भाव संशुद्ध. So मनः prasada and then saumyatvam, we should be soft to all. Saumyatvam maunam atma vinigraha, maunam, we should not speak much. Now why it is called the manah prasadam at the level of mind? So speaking doesn't mean the vaikhari vani which we are speaking from our mouth. Also we sometimes we are speaking in our mind. Every time we are silent, our mouth is not working, but still we are speaking in our mind. So that also we should avoid. So maunam we should do the maunam. And then atma vinigraha, controlling all your sense organs, controlling your mind, is atma vinigraha bhava samshuddhi tapo manasa uchyate. So once you are getting control over your mind, control over your thoughts, then the bhava samshuddhi, your mind will be getting purified, because there would be no evil things. So your mind will get purified. So manaf bhava samshuddhirityeta tapo manasamuchyate. These called are the manas tapa at the level of mind. And then shraddhaya paraya taptan tapastat trividhannaraihi afalakankshibiryuktai satvikam parichakshate. Here Bhagwan is saying afalakankshibiryagyo. Shraddhaya paraya taptan tapastat trividhannaraihi afala. Now Bhagwan is telling about the sattvic tapas. I've told that we have three types of tapas: sharirik, manasik, and the speech level, vachik tapa, and then we have sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic tapa. So total we will have 9 types of tapa. Now sattvic tapas, what is that? So shraddhaya paraya tapam, with the param shraddha, with the faith. If someone is doing all 3 types of tapa, sharirik, manasik, and vachik, aphalakankshibhiryuktai, also with the shraddha and without seeking its consequence, without seeking its result, he is just performing as a duty. That is called sattvic tapas. So it will become your sattvic tapas. But satkaramana pujartham tapodambhena chaiva yat kriyate tadiha proktam rajasanchalamadhruvam. Satkar mana pujartham. I am performing some tapas. I am doing ekadashi. Just that people will consider me as dharmic. They will give me respect, satkar, man, and pujartham. Maybe with the time I will do so much tapas, different types of tapas. I will go to Himalaya, I will live some time, and I will do so much tapas, sadhana, and then people will recognize me, they will start worshipping me. So if we have these things in our mind, that becomes your Rajasic tapas. And tapo dambhen chayoya, dambhen, dikhavati. If we are doing something to show others, that is your Rajasic tapas. Kriyate tadiha proktam rajasanchala madhruvam. So if we are performing these types of tapas, that is called your Rajasic tapas. And we should avoid that. मूढग्राहेणात्मनो यत्पीडया क्रियते तपः परस्योत्सादनार्थं वा तत्तामसमुदाहृतम् मूढग्राहेणात्मनो यत्पीडया क्रियते तपः. So one is we are just doing tapas because we have taken some pledge. We are trying to do show off in front of others. So mudha-grahe, we don't have any good purpose behind our tapas. We don't have anything good, a good motive behind our tapas. We are just performing mudha-grahe. So we have 5 stages described in the Yoga Shastra. Mood stage. Mood is the stage where we don't know what is right, what is wrong. We become completely blank, empty. We are in darkness. So at that level, if we are doing tapas, that is your tamasic tapas, because you don't have any purpose. You are just doing because maybe you are trying to harm other people, and to harm other people you want some kind of shakti power, and to get that power you are doing tapas. So that is your mood, you are agyani, you are in illusion. And if you are performing then tapas, that tapas is not considered as a good, it is tamasic tapas. Pidaya kriyate tapaha. Pidaya kriyate tapaha. If you are like we have seen previously also, karshayanta sharirastham in previous shlokas. So if we are harming our body, pidhaya means you are harming your body and you are performing tapas. Because this body is also a gift given by Bhagwan. How can you harm this body? If your body is not able to tolerate with some kind of tapas, then you should avoid that. If you have you require, your body really required something and you are not giving to that food to your body, then your tapas will be wrong. That is tamasic tapas. So you should not suppress anything, your body, your indriya, your mind. You should never suppress anything. You should try to do abhyas. Little difficulty you can face. You face little difficulty, but don't face much difficulty. So parasyotsadanatham vya parasya utsadanatham, maybe to harm other people if you are performing tapas. Tapas, that is your tamasic tapas. So like we have seen Drupad has performed yajna, and maybe he had done some tapas also. So that tapas, he is wanting a son who can kill the Dronacharya. He's trying to harm Dronacharya and he is performing something that is tamasic. Parasyotsadanartham va tattamasamudaritam, and that is called your tamasic tapas. And now we will see 3 types of dan. So dan is very important factor again in our Indian culture. Every time we always appreciate the people who are giving dan. So even Karna is very, very wrong character, or the villain character we can see in Mahabharata, and even in Vyas only, the person who told all the Mahabharata to Ganeshji, and Ganeshji wrote the Mahabharata. So Vyas is in beginning, he is using the shloka where he mentions that Karna is also the villain. So he tells the list of heroes of Mahabharata, the list of the villains of Mahabharata, and in that list he mentions Karna's name. So Karna is the villain of Mahabharata, but still whenever there is we are talking about Dan, we always remember him. So Dan is very important factor in our Indian culture. So 3 types of Dan. Datavya, so first we will see Satvik Dan. What is Satvik Dan? Datavyamiti yaddanan diyate nupakarini deshe kale cha patre cha taddanam satvikam smritam. whenever we are reading these shlokas, we should try to find out where we are doing what. So we should try to evaluate ourselves only. Sometimes we try to evaluate other people. We are not thinking about ourselves, but we are thinking about other people. So stop doing that. If you are doing, we should always only be focused on us. So where we are doing sattvic dan, when we are doing rajasic and tamasic dan, we should try to understand. So yeah, Datavyam iti yajdanam. We should give, and that's why we are giving. That is sattvic dan. So we should giving if someone is not hungry, but still we are doing the food to him. What happens? The food will be wasted. So that kind of dan is not required. Where we it is really required, then only we should give the dan. So datavyam iti dayat danam. It should be given. So and also diyate anupakarine. We don't want anything in return. We are not doing upkar to anyone. We are just doing for ourselves. This is my responsibility and I'm doing that. I'm not even we should not have that feeling that I am helping anyone. I am not helping anyone because who I am to help anyone, because Bhagwan has created everything. He will help. How can I help to anyone? Because I also don't have anything in my hand. Bhagwan is giving to me and I am sharing with the people. With this feel, if we are doing anupakarane, I am not helping anyone. This is given by Bhagwan, so I am sharing with the people. So adiyate anupakarine. And then deshe kale cha patre cha desh. That should be right place. Now right place means one is right place means the Kashi, Ayodhya, some teeth should be there. That is one way. And also the right time, Kal. Kal means the time. It is Ekadashi, it is Ram Navami, it is all the like in January we have one festival. So all these things, if there is good days, pavitra or the sacred days, then we are doing dan. It is good. And then patra. So there should be Batuk, Brahman, or some Vedic person who is reciting shlokas. To whom we can give the dan. But in other way, we can see the right place, right time, and right path also means the right place is if we are in the desert. It is if it is desert, then what we should give as a dan? We should give the water. If we are doing clay or the soil of other country in the desert, then it doesn't make sense. So if it is desert, the place according to place we should give the dan. What is required there, and then the right time. So if it is winter, then we cannot distribute ice cream to the children. So that is wrong dan. So that should be right. So kal, we have to see the time, at what time, what dan we are doing. And then patra, to whom we are giving our money or whatever we are giving. If we are giving money to someone who will waste, or as I told, if someone is not hungry and we are giving food, so then the food is going to be wasted. Now this shouldn't be done. So this kind deshe, kalesha, patrecha, these three things we should always analyze, and then we should give the dan. Deshe, kalecha, patrecha, taddanam satvikam smritam. And that is your sattvic dan. If you are giving your dan at the right time, at the right place, and to the right person. Yattu pratyupakarartham phalamuddishya va punaha diyate cha pariklishtan taddanam rajasam smritam. And rajasic dan, pratyupakarartham, when we think that I am doing upakar, I am helping this person, and after some years this person will give me something back. Phalamuddishya, we have some phal in our mind, and with this result, with this mindset, we are helping someone. So that is your rajasic dan. So all the relations on the earth, basically they have this tendency. Even a mother who is taking care of a child, she thinks in the old age, when I will be old, this child will take care of me. So always we have this tendency in our mind that if I'm doing something for someone, then this person will also give me back something. So we should, if we are doing with this tendency, that is Rajasic Dan. See, the Rajasic and Tamasic Dan, when we are talking about the positive things, Dan, Yajna, Tap, then the Rajasic and Tamasic things are not completely wrong. That's why I told they will also get their motives fulfilled. So if we are performing Rajasic or Tamasic Dan or Yajna or Tap, whatever we want, it will be fulfilled. The only thing is we will not get the purification of mind. Purification is mind is something which is permanent, and the worldly things which we will get, it will destroy one day. So the things we if we can get something permanent, that would be more beneficial, and slowly we can get that stage to know everything, to become one with the Paramatma. So that stage will come only with the purification of mind. So purification of mind is most important thing, and other things are not important, not at all, because it is going to destroy one day. So that's why Bhagwan is saying Yattu Pratyupakarartham, the Rajasic Dan, if we are doing, we will get fruit, we will get our motives fulfilled, but still it is not considered that good as Sattvic Dan or Sattvic Yajna. So Yattu Pratyupakarartham Phalamuddishya va punaha, and then Diyate cha pariklishtam. We have little clash in our mind. We don't want to give this thing to someone, but still there is pressure of society, maybe pressure of my parents, or maybe pressure of someone, and that's why we are giving some dan. But internally we are feeling very bad giving the thing to someone. That is your Rajasic dan. Diyate cha pariklishtam taddanam raja samsmritam. And then we have Adeshakale yaddanam diyate adeshakale yaddanam apatrebhyascha diyate asat kritam avagyatam tattamasamudahitam. Adeshakale yaddanam, just opposite to the Sattvic. At the wrong place, to the wrong person, at the wrong time, if we are doing some dan, that is your tamasic dan. And asat kritam avagyatam, we are insulting someone while giving dan. So sometimes people are coming to our door, they are knocking, and we are giving some money or something to eat, but at the same time we are insulting them. So that is your tamasic dan, and we should avoid that. So asat kritam avagyatam tat tamasam udaritam. So that is called your tamasic dan. Now the next topic will start. So here Bhagwan will tell about the Om Tat Sat. We have seen these three names always come in the Pushpika also. The last part, the prose part of the 17th chapter, any chapter, it is called Pushpika. It gives the entire introduction of the chapter. Om Tat Sat, it is Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā and all. So the three names we have, the name of Paramatma, Om, Tat and Sat. What is Om? Om Tat Saditi Nirdesho Brahmanastivida Smritaha Brahmanasena Vedascha Yagyascha Vihitah Pura. Om, Tat and Sat. These three are the indicators of the Brahman, indicators of the Paramatma. Like I have some indicator, the name, the title. Similarly, Paramatma, we have the indicators, we have the names. Similarly, Paramatma has some indicator, that is Om, Tat and Sat. These three. Brahmanastena Vedascha Yagyascha Vihitah Pura. So, and by this Paramatma only, in the beginning of the Srishti, in the beginning of the universe, these things were created. Which things? Brahman, Yajna and Ved. We have four Vedas, Rig Ved, Yajurved, Atharvaved and Samved. All these things were created by the Paramatma, and that Paramatma is indicated by these three words, Om, Tat, Sat. What is Om? So the things which are manifested around us, these things are Om. So we can also say which can be perceived by our Indriya, sense organs, that is Om. What is Tat? Tat is something like Akash, sky. We cannot touch it, we cannot see it, but still it has name. So the things which has name, which has some indications, we can still understand our mind, that is Tat. So Akash and all these things which have name, etc. That is Tat. And what is Sat? Sat is beyond to the name and all these things, name, Naam, Roop. It is beyond to all these shape, name, etc. We cannot even experience the Sat. Sat is Trikala Avadhyatvam Satyatvam. It was there, it is there, it will be there always. And it is only that entity which will remain always. And everything else will be destroyed. So Sat is something that. So O tasmadomityudahritya yajnana tapakriyaha pravartante vidhanokta satatam brahmavadinam. Tasmad Om iti udahritya. That's why after saying Om, after uttering Om, Yajna, Dana, Tapah, Yajna, Dan, and Tap, these three things, all these sacred things were done by the Brahmanas and the people who know the Brahma, Brahmavadinam, the people who know the Brahma, they were doing all these Yajna, Dana, Tapah, Kriya after reciting Om. So every time in Vedic chanting, you see every time the mantras will start with the Om, title Om. Pravartante vidhanoksa satatam brahmavadinam. So they start everything with Om. Tadityanabhisandhaya phalam yajna tapakriyaha dana kriyascha vividha kriyante moksha kankshibhi. So that is all the things which has name and shape, that is tap, tat. So we can indicate all those things with the tat. So Om, Tat, Sat. Everything is the Paramatma. So the things which we are seeing with the eye, which we are experiencing around us, that is Om, that is also Sat, that is also Paramatma. The things which has name only, we cannot experience much, that is also Paramatma. And the things which we cannot experience, only existence, that is also Paramatma. So tad ityanabhisandhaya phalam. Tad iti anabhisandhaya phalam. Without wanting phal. Tad yajna dan tapakriya dana kriyasha vividhaha kriyante moksha kankshibhi. So all these dan, yajna, tap, all these things were done and without seeking its phal, without seeking its phal. So that is the name of that Paramatma. And when we have this feeling, without seeking its fruit, we are performing the karma, that is your tat. So with this bhav, this feeling is your tat. And then sadbhave sadhubhave cha sadityetat prayujyate prashaste karmani tatha sadhabda partha yujyate. Whenever there is goodness, sadbhave sadhubhave, kindness, and sadityetat prayujyate, always the sat word will be used. We cannot experience it, but in goodness, in truthfulness, every time, in all the good, whenever we have good facts around us, then the sat will always come. Prashaste karmani tatha, good karma. Whenever there are good karma, holy karma, sacred karma, sat shabda partha yujyate, we use the word sat. So whenever you have good things around you, people use sat. In Vedic Vedas also we have sat. And then yajye tapasidane cha sthiti saditi uchyate karma chaiva tadarthiyam sadityeva vidhiyate. So yajna, dan, and tap. So when the person is performing with the steady mind, that sthiti, the stage, that is also called the sat. So sat we cannot experience. It is the sthiti, it is the person's stage, the mind is mental stage. Karma chaiva tadarthiyam, when we are doing karma for tad arthiyam, for Paramatma. Tad is Paramatma. So that bhav is also called sat. Ashraddhaya hutan dattan tapastaptan kritanchayat asadityuchyate partha nachatatretya no iha. Ashraddhaya, if we are doing something without faith, what we are doing, yajna, dan, and tap. Hutam, we are doing hutam, is tap. Yajna, dattam, we are giving something. Tapas taptam, we are doing some tap. And without shraddha, then it will become your asat. It will become asat, not sat, asat. That means it will be wasted. So na partha, na tat pretya no iha, na cha tat pretya no iha. So you will not get anything out of it. here also in other lokas also, after Mrityu also, if you are going other lokas, then also your dan, your yajna, your tap will not give you anything in return because you are doing without faith. So Shraddha is very important. Now we'll see the Pushpika. Om Tat Saditi Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā Su Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayai Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Shraddhatraya Vibhaga Yogo Nama Saptadashodhyayah. Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you so much, Didi, for such a beautiful and learning session filled with nuggets of wisdom for the betterment of our lives. I think our spiritual journey will be enhanced if we are able to imbibe and follow even some of the teachings in our lives sooner than later. We definitely need to continue on this spiritual improvement journey through continuous change of our habits and mindsets, as Didi was explaining. Please remember that the Gita Sevi Bane program is scheduled to be held at 8:30 p.m. in Hindi on 28th of June, which is next Saturday, and in English at the same time on 29th of June, that is next Sunday. Please do not miss this golden chance to offer your seva on the lotus feet of Paramatma. The Learngeeta program of Gita Pariwar has now completed 5 glorious years. We will celebrate this milestone through a series of offline and online events between 22nd of June, which is tomorrow, and 3rd August 2025. We all can be part of this event right from our homes and locations. Details of the events are already being announced in your respective groups, so do keep an eye for it. And let us all join hands to commemorate this event with great enthusiasm and joy. We now request sadhaks to please raise their hands and, if possible, switch on their video cameras to ask questions to Kavita Didi ji. Radha Jha ji. Tanushi di,
Didi has not joined yet. She is joining.
yeah, I think she got dropped. Please wait, Radha ji. Didi is having some issues with her internet. The moment Kavita ji joins, we will take questions. She got dropped after the Vivechan. In the meanwhile, we will, you can just raise your hands and kind of form a virtual queue for Didi will come very soon. And as we were learning in this session how we have the various shraddhas that we can follow, dana being one of them, and which is selfless gifting, and seva is one of the greatest things we can do through Gita Pariwar in the Gita Sevi Bane program, where there are more than 30 departments, and depending on the time which you can give, which can be as little as 10 minutes a day to the whole day, you can select which of the departments you want to serve. There is nothing like a language barrier because all the sevas, almost all the sevas are given in all the languages, and you can also give according to your language and time preference. So it would be great if you can join those sessions next week and register yourself so that we will be able to kind of take forward our sevas in our lives and accomplish more through this process. Having been myself a sevi for the last 3 years, I can say it is an extremely fulfilling experience to be part of the sevi program of Gita Pariwar.
Didi is joining in a while.
Okay. We'll just wait for Didi. And I'm sure you are also getting these announcements for the 5-year commemoration programs that will be held in various cities as well as through the internet. And there will be more programs that will be announced, and I'm sure all of us can be part of it to kind of make this event a success on a very grand scale. And of course, you can share the link of Gita Pariwar, which is learngeeta.com, with your friends and family so that they too can register themselves and become part of Gita Pariwar. That is a gift which we can no, you don't have to, Adarshi, you don't have to register. Whatever we could do, for certain events, maybe you will have to register. The details will be coming into your class group, and whichever has to be registered or where it is just a participation like this. So we can do that. Looks like Didi, as she was traveling, is not being able to join back. So we will not be having the question answer session today, unfortunately. But obviously we will have next week, and you can just hold on to your question and you can ask your questions in next week's session. So therefore we will now, we are very sorry about it, but well, internet is technology and sometimes you can't do anything with technology. They just do what they want. So we will proceed to the Samapan of the session. And I would like to again thank Kavita ji for that very absorbing Vivechan session. And on behalf of Gita Pariwar, I take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for attending the session today and look forward to having you back for another enlightening session. Sincere thanks to Tanushri Mehta ji, our tech star for today. Thanks to the technical and the back-end team for the relentless effort in making the session a great success. We now offer our prayers on the lotus feet of Bhagwan, and for that I call upon J. Tejaswani ji from Bangalore. Tejaswani ji, after working in the corporate sector, is now a successful homemaker. She joined Gita Pariwar in November 2024 and provides Seva as a technical assistant as well as a GC. Tejaswani ji, request you to please lead in offering devoted prayer at the feet of Bhagwan. Didi, you have to unmute yourself.
Yeah. योगेशं सच्चिदानन्दं वासुदेवं वजप्रियं धर्मसंस्थापकं वीरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीकृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं. Jai Shri Krishna, Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna, Didi. Thank you so much for chanting that prayer on our behalf. And we will now conclude the session with chanting of the Hanuman Chalisa. Jai Shri Krishna to everyone, and hope to see you back next week. Please hold your questions till then. Jai Shri Krishna.
चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारि बरन रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फलचारि बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार. जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र ध्वजा विराजय कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजय शंकर सुवन केसरी कुशी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगबंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबेको आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबेको रसिया राम लखन सीता मन वसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही समभाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावै अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीना तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र योजन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज समारो आपै तीनों लोक हाकते कापै भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवै महावीर जब नाम सुनावै नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावै मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावै सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावै सोई अमित जीवन फल पावै चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नो निधि के दाता असबर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावै जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावै अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटई मिटई सब पीरा जो सुमिरै हनुमत बल बीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़ हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित